Wow, welcome to the Bottomline discussion. Tonight is a very interesting night. And with me in studio is Mark Carfai from Sweden. Sorry about the intervention. Brother Mark, welcome to the Bottomline discussion tonight.
Thank you, Brother Paul. And I want to say good evening to everyone, to our audience, wherever you are. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning. It's good to be back after a couple of days absent. Yeah. So let's get the show rolling, Brother Paul. How you doing?
Well, I'm absolutely good. I'm just feel blessed to be among the living, and
Yeah.
it's another day in paradise, I usually say. Yeah, I'm good, and I guess you okay on your side.
I am extremely okay.
All right. So I see Pat Dollar is in the back. He'll be joining us shortly when he finish setting up. We'll bring him on. We'll be looking at issue in Liberia today, quite concerning. We'll be diving into it, and we want to know whether Liberia is in a good state. Where are we heading as a nation? Are we going back to the 1980s? We just want to know, because something just not adding up. So we'll be having that discussion tonight on the show. But before we have the short discussion, I think we do a quick musical break while we share the show. It'll be quite important. And the show tonight, it will only talk about one topic. Today will be Joel Howard Taylor. Is that they're using her as a diversion because the deportees from America that enter the country, we don't know what's happening to them. Who are those people? Have we done a background check? Are they criminals? We don't know. But the whole thing now, Joel Howard Taylor's situation have overshadowed the Guinea border. What become of it? The original of $319 million drugs. What become of it now? Because they tend into Joel something that gone way back.
Yeah.
The one that happening today, we don't know what's happening to it, but now they diverted.
Confusing the Liberian people. Yeah.
Yeah, so let's take a quick break and then we'll come back.
Exactly.
Is my speaker good?
Very well.
Okay, thank you. Let's take a quick break while we share the show.
Sure.
My people, where you at? Where you at? Wake up from your slumber. Stop sleeping. Whip your hands, whip your hands, whip your hands, whip your... Come on, come on, come on. I know you're sleeping now. Y'all gotta whip us some more, yeah? Okay, let's go. The people fool us. The people lie to us. The government betray us. So much. I said they lie. The people fool us. The people lie to us. The government betray us. They can lie, they can steal, they go knock the phone. I said we tired with their lies. We tired with their promises that left us to all our damages. We tired with that speech they preach indeed and now unique they deceive us. The thing we saw it frustrate us. So why can't you lie? Why can't you steal? Why can't you allow their citizens to be? You see, we just tell you. That's why we voted you. But you screw us. You screw us, you use us and later on abuse us. So why? The government should lie. Why? But that's the question that we ask. They lie. The people fool us. The people lie to us. The government betray us. They betray us so much. I said they lie. The people fool us, the people lie to us, the government betray us. They can lie, they can steal, they go knock the corrupt. I said no one to trust. My people, no one to hope on. Nobody. My hope that I have been broken. I'm telling you, brother. So where are the schools? Where are the roads? Where are the jobs that they say they could afford? But they're too selfish. The people tired with their rhetoric. People tired, they tired. You see the reason why we ask why the government betray. They have enough of time, but yeah, then instead they delay. People suffer. No work for people crying for hunger. Look at. Your vision and your mission, your intention to the nation, they poor. You got nothing to show. Nothing. So why? The government should lie. Why? But that's the question that we ask. They lie. The people fool us. The people lie to us. The government betray us. They betray us so much. They lie. The people fool us, the people lie to us, the government betray us. They can lie, they can steal, they go knock the corrupt. We tired with their promises that left us to allow our damages. We tired with that speech they preach indeed, and now you need to deceive us. The thing we saw, it frustrates us. So why can you lie? Why can you steal? Why can you allow the citizens to breathe? You see, we just tell you that why we vote tell you. But you fool us. You screw us, you use us and later on abuse us. So why? The government should lie. Why? But that's the question that we ask. The people fool us. The people lie to us. The government betray us. They betray us so much. I said they lie.
Fuck women, guys. Ten o'clock, il était hier par d'aller en gros.
Mike, where you say you're going?
Well, I said 10 o'clock, il était hier, and 10 o'clock on time, il était here.
Oh, what? Can you give us some justification?
Yeah, because I gotta go to work. I got wake up 5 o'clock in the morning. I woke up 5 o'clock in the morning, per dollar.
We're taking. It's understood. But Paul is not. We're not hearing nothing from Paul. Paul, you meet here. You meet yourself, please. On mute.
Power to the world. So in the middle of the desert, He built a city of silk tents, air-conditioned, lined with
Yeah,
crystal,
yeah.
stretching across the sand.
Okay. My device was frozen. That's why I said you continue, but you couldn't hear me.
Yeah, we couldn't hear you.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because I had still it kind of froze. Anyway, welcome to the show, Padre. I haven't seen you for a while. How you doing?
Yeah. Since I came, I told you I have not been too well. That's the reason why I was not so active to be with you guys. And but today, I thank God I'm recovering from the trouble that I've been in.
Great. Well, so today we're gonna have a very short show tonight because the issue here we want to address the situation in Liberia regarding the former vice president that she was sent to prison today. She was charged with all of this nonsense that is going on. So we just want to look at it. And I know Brother Mark won't be with us for long, and we're having we want you guys to kind of share the show while we have the discussion. But Dolly and Brother Mark, you people you have some security background. The
Yep.
situation in Liberia and Padoli in particular, I'll bring to you because you were once upon a time you served under the Dole government, the Dole
Yeah.
era, and but so we want to start a conversation. What's your take on the incident that took place today and the former vice president have been charged and sent to central prison until the next time we see her be for a court case. What say you? What your take on this? Where are we heading?
Starting from me or from Mark?
From you.
Thank you
From you,
very
Padre.
much. To be realistic, it reminding me about the former governor of our country, Mr. Because he retired from the army, he became Mr. He was a president, he was honorable now. Samuel Kayando administration. This thing that just happened, it reminded me about that, which is very scary because that is the only country you and I can go to and nobody can deport us from. And we really want to see where things be done. So at least there should be no selective justice. Things should be done appropriately. But from onset of this particular situation, the starting of this particular issue that they are conducting, the investigation that they have just started, going as far to the court, we started with a long photo. We can see the document that came out today, which is contradicting one another. And from that's my personal opinion as an investigator. I serve as an investigator in my capacities. I work in the Liberia National Police Force. I graduated from National Police Academy. And I know when people are prepare a case document, which is we call a charge sheet, if you don't prepare it properly, the court won't be able to back you. If it's a civilized country, or if it is this kangaroo government, you will patch it off one way or other to make the person to be convicted. The startings of this case, the way the police did it, they did it on a rush money. which they make a lot of errors in their chassis that need to be rectified. And I believe that they have some veteran criminal criminal lawyers on this little case. They would find some loophole on the way the government is handling it to throw the case outside if the court decide to be neutral. But we will wait to see how they're going at this moment. And when we go further in this is my opening statement. When we go further, I will be able to tell you people where I saw it going wrong. And I could be, for me, because investigation technique is a scientific strategy. It's not guessing or matches people can run. The way people see the investigation technique logically, if you say it that way, if you are not fabricating your own story, it's exactly any other investigator can say it the same way. So we are not here as ourselves on set. We don't fabricate story. We say things as we see it. You leave with the government to take it or not to take it because for the fact that that country belongs to all of us. When he spoil, he's spoiling on all of us. If he fails, we always enjoy it. So that's what I can say for now and give this space to my younger brother Mike to come up with a few words in this matter. Then we'll go back to Paul.
Yeah, thank you, Padre.
Okay.
Brother Paul,
Oh, Brother Mark,
back to you. Yeah.
this is the situation we face with. I mean, you've been filing a case. We're all just looking, we're seeing what is happening. We had a situation with the $319 million drugs that were caught at the Rao International Airport. But with the implication of Joseph Numa Barker's son, Gregory Coleman, and others. But they diverted the whole thing to Joel Howard Taylor. And with the deportees from America that nobody know of, the whole thing now have turned to Joel Howard Taylor. I want you to follow me and talk to me. Talk to me about the Joel Howard charges that they brought on her, because many pundits are looking at it as a political wish hunt. Because the main issue here was the $319 million drugs that brought the whole thing, and then the arrival of the 30 tons drugs that Jojo were implicated according to Colombia drugs cartel. They have forgotten all that and to bring something that has happened long ago on Joel Howard Taylor. What say you, my dear brother?
Very good, Brother Paul. I mean, that's a good question and few questions in one package. So I will start with, yeah, hey, I won't say I was shocked for the picking up of Joy Howard Taylor to be investigated because she been involved before with funny stuff. It was alleged way back when it comes to diplomatic passport, right? If you can remember, there was a guy I think arrested in America who was in this, I think, 419 money laundering something, and her office was kind of implicated. Now, when it comes to the drugs issue, is where I'm a little bit, shocked that she's involved or that she know these guys. But something different was going on here. Two other things were going on that are very huge. One is the $500 million or almost $1 billion worth of cocaine that is in the country circulating. Plus, because they, according to the video that was released by the cartel, right? They said it was 10 ton, but the government was able to arrest 4 tons. So where is the rest of the 6 tons? That means the rest of the 6 ton is still in circulation. If you can remember, there was this how they call it, a ship or plane that landed in Maryland, and then from Maryland, then it came to Monrovia, right? So what did they drop in Maryland? There's no investigation about that. Okay, then they went about and arrested this 4 million. I mean, how they call it? Almost $1 billion worth of cocaine. Now they arrested $1 billion worth of cocaine. At the same time, you got what happening. Uh, the government went and signed a deal with the U.S. government without the Liberian people having any knowledge about it. That 1,200
So, so Brother
deportees.
Mark,
Yeah,
we'll come to that. I want the Joel Howard drugs thing because that is the key on it, and then we'll divert to that stuff. So I
yeah,
want
but
you
I'm,
to,
I'm yeah, but
yeah,
I'm going somewhere now. Then
okay,
the deportees, right? So what happened is that they had to pick up Joel Howard Taylor to confuse the whole situation. So, and Joel Howard Taylor, if you arrest somebody or suspect somebody of that kind of that VIP status, right? The case was done very, very, I mean, fast when it comes to the way the prosecutor for her to be sentenced that fast. For me, it was done too quick. Yeah, it was done too quick. And the reason it was done like that is for them to confuse the Liberian people mind from the uh, $500 million cocaine that is in the country, or the $12 billion, I mean, how to call it, or the 10 tons of cocaine that is in the country, because they said it burned. Okay, who know if they burn the cocaine or not? International, I mean, journalists or media were not present like they did with 100 billion during the Georgia administration. It was just some police officers around a, how they call it, a fire, and they say they burn cocaine, and you got the ship circulating around the country. So the Joel Howard Taylor, the Joel Howard Taylor stuff is somehow there's something not clear about it, but
right. The reason why I'm asking this question a bit strange. The former vice president, the the matter of which that she was handled, and this is like you scoring political points. Now, what happened here? They said that the special investigator team alleged that manager Howard Taylor received $45,000 during her trip to Dubai,
yeah,
and then also got $75,000 through the Sheikh Bashir
yeah,
Coptic.
yeah,
And Joel Howard Foundation also received 115, is that, yeah, I say 15,000 in August 2026. So because of what she got back then, so they now
yeah,
classify all of this information as drugs related. But the fact is that when Gregory Coleman told us that
hmm,
the drugs that they caught on the airport,
yeah,
there were few people they were arrested from the government. Some of them disappeared from the country. Some people don't know. And then the guy who had this nightclub that they went to is
Yeah.
arrested, not publicized. We only heard that they arrested him.
They arrested him.
Joel Howard
Exactly.
Taylor, it became very dramatic in a way
Exactly.
that yes. So the drugs that were caught on the airport, they make it seem that Joel Howard is the one that brought the drugs in, and she the one was sending the
Exactly.
drugs out. So they have confused it
Exactly.
because what happened in Liberia, there was a research carried out years about 2-3 years ago that Liberia and Nepal. Liberia is the second country in the world with the lowest IQ. And our politicians know that our people, they don't process things well. So
Well,
they
yeah.
make it look like it was Joel Howard Taylor that brought the drugs in.
There you go.
So the way they dramatize the whole thing, that making it look like, oh, we
Can I
hear
can I can
things.
I can I
I
ask you
want
can
you
I
to
ask
speak
you
to me from a security point of view, and
yeah.
looking at it, if this drugs thing that they put on Joel Howard Taylor that gone back way back 2002, 2022 is
Yeah.
well in 2026, the one that is happening now, they just not talking about it, but they go
No.
way back. So what
Yeah.
say you, is there a political wish hunt, or they trying to send message that will come for George Weah? He's next. Who is a strong?
First,
When you
first,
talk,
first,
look at it from
first,
that
first,
perspective.
Further, they cannot go after George Weah because the Constitution protects George Weah, right? The only thing you can go after George Weah for is when he's involved in, how do you call it, a crime, some sort of high treason. When it comes to like overthrowing the government, you understand. If he's involved, that's the only place you can go after George Weah. But other than that,
So,
regardless the crime,
Brother Mark,
yeah.
the Constitution, it can
Hmm.
be interpreted by the Supreme Court.
Yeah,
This unity party government
yeah,
can find something they can even do, or they can go back to the legislature and do something hurry, like what they did with Yeke Koluba to revise that
hmm,
decision. It can be done. This is a criminal government we're talking to here. Don't say the
yeah.
Constitution. They
But
can.
yeah, it can be done. But then the thing here is that the I would say this. You asked me a question, I was on it, but anyway, I come to another thing before you talk about the Joy Howard Taylor stuff, right? Yeah, they are. They say she received X, Y, Z amount of money, naming this sum and that sum and this sum and that sum. But you have the president's son, a videotape that was circulating. Almost all Liberians watched this videotape of this cartel. You got two men that represent the cartel, and they made this video and calling the president's son name that they gave him $2 million. Okay, and the president's son even attested that he met these guys and traveled with them to Madrid. You understand? Why is it the president's son cannot be interrogated? Why is it today that he's still walking free? Nothing to that matter. So, Joel Howard Taylor, Liberia is a melting pot ready to boil at any time because the Pele people. I was watching a video by there's a guy named, I think he was a former lawmaker before, but I'm just forgetting me. The Pele people are very angry the way their daughter is being treated. So people in Liberia should not take this thing lightly. You understand? And this is what then it brings me to the George Weah issue. George Weah is from an ethnic group that is very, very rough. They don't take things lightly, you understand? So if you go after George Weah, you must have the muscle. If you go after George Weah, you must have the evidence to convince the Liberian people. Because George Weah is not just an ordinary person that you just going to pick up like someone picking up a kite.
Yeah.
So if you go after George Weah, you should be very, 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 very careful as to how you're going to proceed with that. Because you
Yeah,
got two.
Matt, let me come in, please.
Yeah, but let me I will learn that you coming. So
All right.
you should be very, very mindful. You understand? Because the Joy Howard Taylor something, they have not yet uh, and this is what I the only thing I like when I saw this video about Aaron Costa, that the prosecution of Joe Howard Taylor should be done. They should allow journalists in the court. It shouldn't be backdoor prosecution. You understand? Allow journalists in the court to see the process, how it is done, and let the Liberian people see the whole process. You understand? But this whole process was done back door. So how convincing it is that, or is it that she's connected to any drugs trafficking? Is it for money laundering? Okay, that's a different thing. But drugs trafficking is another thing. So the case is far from being over. Depend on the kind of lawyer she got, and depend on how her parents going to see or perceive it. For example, from the perspective of the Pele people or the tribal land.
Okay.
Right.
Padolo,
Hmm?
this question, something that I brought this back, say this is 1980s playbook that Joseph Boyka is using. You remember 1985, the election that took place, where President Doe won, and Jackson Edo, Eddie Johnson won her seat. She refused to take office. You remember that election?
Yeah.
Then what happened? There was a guy called Jikin Zebiska. I know you might have worked with Jikin Ska.
I worked with him for 7 years.
Okay. Jikin Ska was the one that was playing the same role that Gregory Coleman is playing today. It was Jikin Ska back then. History is repeating itself in our eyes as we see this. The drugs that came to the airport in July, they forgotten about that drugs. They gone back to 2002, 2022, that Joel Howard facilitated drugs and all that. But the one that is happening today, and what are the deportees, they are criminals that came into the country. These guys have changed the whole thing now. All of these drugs and thing now is Joel Howard that brought the drugs into the country. So, and Matt said something I want. I brought Ellen Johnson in the 1985 election. Matt talked about Bond County, the petty people, the way they mistreating their daughter. This woman, she was first lady, she was two-time senator and vice president. All the time she was in office, she was not linked with Colombia drugs people. But the moment she out of office, she's a drug campaign. Is this Joseph Newman Barker playing into Samuel Doe playbook as experience, the thing that he learned because they say he have 50 years experience? Is this why it's a playbook? Or they doing it that, oh, we're going for the big name just to for 2029 so we can stay in office? I want you to talk to me. I'm looking from different perspective.
Thank you very much. As I said, the turning issue right now, he remind me about how previous government names were running a country that led the country into calamity, that scattered the entire nation. People are all over in the world today because selective justice was going on, witch hunting was going on, unlawful killing, unlawful arrest, all this kind of thing were going on those days that led the country into calamity. You see, what I can say in this particular situation right now, before every one of us is the way the government is handling the case is the full is the way that no one will be. If you started your case in this manner, there's no way in a civilized society that you were able to win the case. Number one, the charge sheet that they prepare, if you look at it, you will see some error in it. Beside that, the the evidence that they are putting together to link this woman with, before any good lawyers and judge, the case cannot hold the woman. The video record, I mean the audio recording they having does not indicate anything have to do with drug issue. And the position this woman was holding, she have a right to acquaint with anybody. She have a right to lobby with anybody to give her whatever help to support her foundation. So, and secondly, there's no evidence in their chassis to show that money given to Joel Howard Taylor's is indication that this money is about drug. There's no evidence. We have three kinds of evidence in criminal investigation: circumstantial, arrears, and physical. But when you look at the evidence that they are producing against this woman, the circumstantial evidence they might come out with it. They say the people that she mingled with, they have been charged for drug trafficking, but there's no evidence. There's no evidence showing right now that those people that they are linking up with have been prosecuted and charged and convicted. There's no evidence to that effect. So basically, the case is going to be a serious, dangerous blow to the eyes of the ruling establishment. The few people that representing this woman, they are member of the law team for this woman. I know them personally. I mingle with them, I talk with them, I know some of them. We sit down, we lecture, we talk. Some of them are friends, old friends, and things then. I know how qualified they are. More especially, there's a lot of men in that group there because Lavla Supu is a very good investigative lawyer. They will dig up all necessary evidence to exonerate this woman from this particular kangaroo investigation that's going on right now. But what my fear is, it might not bring a care in our city, in our country. Because if you listen to the social medias today, from yesterday to today, majorities of the citizens are saying the government is going after the woman wrongly. The government is playing a political witch hunt, which is not in the best interest of our country. So that's why I can say here, if you if I was part of this social investigation, first of all, the way they arrested the woman, they should not have done that. The woman is now someone like you and I, have no high profile that we can leave the country any kind of way. It's not like that. She have a securities assigned with her 24 hours around the clock. And they are aware of the woman day-to-day activity. So they did the wrong thing. They need to retract and come back to their senses and handle the situation the best way. I will go to the integrations of this drug issue. They are diverging the attentions of the Liberian people on what is really on hand that need to be looked into properly, which is the drug that was captured to the airport and the one that was arrested quite recently that led the DEA chief to resign, all that kind of stuff. They're supposed to go through it. They are not doing it. They are divorcing the attentions of the Liberian people, which is completely wrong. So you need to come back to their senses and get to that. Because
But,
we
but Donald,
yes.
how will somebody come back to their senses? They already now damaged somebody. They have already damaged this woman's reputation. She gone to prison. They scored a political point on them. But you know what I would say here? I would say sweet for Joel Howard Taylor.
Yeah,
And when they catch George Weah, I would say it's sweet for them. These guys, they had the opportunity to go after the United Party that stole from the Liberian people. Early admitted that it stole from us. Joseph Newman Barker and Eddie stole from the nation. They refused to go after them. This is what you get. And you know what
exactly.
It's sweet for Joel Howard Taylor because what? They were playing the travel thing that if you come from Lofa County, listen, let me finish. You tell your own.
Yeah, but Paul, let me bring some point of information.
Yeah, before you get your point, I lost my thought.
Okay, learn.
You see, the travel behavior that they have in Liberia, if you come from Bon County, you come from Lofa County, then anybody that your uncle, auntie, this, that's what you're bad by that's nonsense that they carry on. And they took that land, and what happened? Asa Jackson told us that Joseph Barker was born in a place called Boycadu in Sierra Leone. That is, he's not Liberian. According to Asa Jackson, when he said it, he called it town in the village because he worked with Barker before. So they started a trouble thing that, uncle, so it's sweet for Joel Howard Taylor. They have all right to prosecute that particular government. They may say so. You now have the situation that they will lynch you because why they will score political point on you. This is what happened to Joel Howard Taylor. And I pray that United Party should remain in office forever because if they leave office, what is happening now, it will happen to them. We know that $10 million house that was built in 4 years. Whoever comes to offer, they'll go after where that money came from. Joe was linked by the Colombia drugs cartel. They yet to call him to question him. He will be, Joseph Barker must know that what is happening, what goes around comes around. So I'm happy that they're taking the decision. But they should also get ready that if it backfire, they will come after them too. Because we're not going to go back to 1980 playbook that, we'll run after all the politicians in a place and then we end up going into civil crisis because what is happening in Liberia, it does not make sense. So the $319 million drugs that were caught in July, all the people that have been involved, they escaped. They can't catch them, but they're going to 2022 to go hunt Joel Howard, say she brought drugs in the country. Now, the Americans send deportees. Whether they are criminals, we don't know the kind of people they send in our midst, whether they're pedophiles they sent to the country, we don't know. They diverted the whole thing on Joel Howard Taylor. What kind of government is this that we're dealing with? Mark, I just looking at for now. They diverted the whole thing. So how many of those deportees in the country, we don't know. They have not done their background check. Talk to me.
Yeah, so the thing with our head in that direction, it's a money laundering. They are charging Joel Howard Taylor or accusing Joel Howard Taylor of, or is it the drugs? They are connecting.
It's facilitation of drugs, importing drugs, exporting drugs, money laundering, conspiracy, all the things that is jealous. The same charges that went against Maduro, the Colombia Venezuela president.
It's a playbook. So this is where they confuse the Liberian people. Now they divert the Liberian people attention from the actual story when it comes to what happened to these suspects now, the two that were arrested with this article that said $500 million drugs. No report on the guys. Okay. Now, there was a report also that there's a house around I don't know where Nathaniel McGee live, and the guys, they got people.
But that was the warehouse. Let me help you. It was the drugs warehouse.
Okay, where they got people, I mean, manning this warehouse, heavily armed, okay, men that are not Liberian, okay, nobody have been arrested. But then you go after Joe Howard Taylor. Now, those guys, like the driver, the guy from the nightclub, like the bar, and there was a guy who made a video that all these guys that were named, they are still roaming around in the country. But you go after the high-profile person, the former vice president, like you said, two-time senator, and you just grab the woman like somebody that doesn't have value. And I blame our institution. And the opposition is, Brother Paul, you forgive me to know you get angry with me now. The opposition is damn weak, man. I've never seen a weak opposition like the one we got in Liberia. I'm telling you, Brother Paul, they are so damn weak. Ain't work for chili. They work for chili ball. I'm telling you. The opposition is so damn weak. Ain't work for chili ball.
I agree with you. They're scary people. You can't be opposition.
They're so scary. You can't be opposition. You be scary. The both former vice president without sufficient evidence and just throw the woman in jail, so they can come for any of you guys and just throw you in jail.
Yeah,
the only person they can just pick up and throw in jail just like that, I can promise you, is George Weah. Because the moment you go after George Weah, you got the 3 borough that will light up the whole of Montserrat County. You got the borough of Nicholtown, the borough of West Point, and then you got the Looking Town. Monrovia will be upside down. And then you got other people that will be involved, and the whole country will it won't go back to 1990, but it'll be in smoke. It'll be in flame.
Yeah, Mike. Let me bring something to you guys' attention here. Right now, if you see, the people always say something in a common or traditional palaver. We said that if the horse don't sell you, the street will not buy you. People are getting rumor. In Liberia, rumor, most of the time, the rumor then can always be the truth. The so-called, the senator right now in Bon County, I just forgotten the young man name. People are accusing him.
Prince Moy.
People are accusing him of masterminding this kind of dragonians disgrace that the vice president, the former vice president, is undergoing. But if that rumor is true, it's going to cause serious problem for him, for all, because he's a member of the Unity Party. He's going to damage the entire Unity parties in Bon County. And Joel Howard tells us from 2 counties, though. He's from Lofa, he's from Bon. He's a pellet from Lofa, Georgia district. The Howard family from Georgia district, is. So there was the civil pellet people in Georgia those days. So Joel Howard from massive, large pellet families in Bon and Lofa county. So going after all of that, you're going to cause serious problem for Unity Party. But one thing I can say to anybody here, Mike and Paul, the old man who is our head of state today, he never leave any organization and leave it intact. He always destroy it before he leaves. He have done it on several occasions. So That could be one of the things that he's doing right now. Because the way he taking the country to, he taking it the wrong way. His son name have been called, and son half figure in the
I mean,
soul.
sorry for interrupting. I will agree with you right here because that's the same behavior, the same exact behavior he carried on in a CPP.
CPP
Yeah, the same behavior.
and destroy
Okay,
the whole CPP.
and at the end of the day, end up destroying the CPP.
Yes. So he will cause the same problem. So while we, the opposition, I'm a member of the opposition, I will not have it. We, the opposition, we need to stand firmly to demand transparencies into whatever drug investigation is going on. If you will write the government to do it, the government don't do it, we take the slope.
No, pardon, I'll stop you right here. The opposition, there are many, how they call this, things that happen in the country for which the opposition should have hold this government feet to the fire. It started with the, how they call this, the road fund. The road fund where they told 20 some more million dollars say they were going to condition roads. That money, nothing happened to that money. From there, the money that George Weah left at the central bank. Oh, George Weah left this one. They go, they come back, George Weah leave the one. They were going up and down. Oh, it was in Labrador currency. Oh, it was in US currency or in Labrador currency. At the end of the day, the money that we are left at the central bank, it was in the tens of millions of dollars. Okay, from there it went on to the what you call the building in Lofa County, where it was first they said it was the late Minister of State for Presidential Affairs. He didn't want to know about it. From there, it went to ECOWAS project. From the ECOWAS project, Joseph Baka doesn't know anything about it, but the building is in Lofa County. From there, it came up to the, how you call the yellow machine. Where the yellow machine came from, which country the yellow machine came from, and then how they got to this money they provide, the money for the yellow machine. Today, no here, no tay. Then Bernie Samuka got millions of dollars for the yellow machine project. Up to now, no here, no tay. And the opposition is still sitting down. Okay? The opposition is sitting down. So there are many things that happen in the country. The opposition try to be in the street. Look for the CDC.
Yeah.
CDC, they sit down and they start protesting in the country.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
And now they are going to print money they are going to print new money. The same thing CDC did. Okay?
Yeah,
and
Mike.
they're even doing more than CDC.
Yeah, Mike, the opposition is divided. Is divided heavily. I just come from Labrador. I know what I'm talking about. The opposition is heavily divided, and they are now suffering for indecision among themselves. They didn't even know what direction to take right now. But fail to realize
I thought they just weak. That's all. No, they're not divided. They are just scary people. That's all. You cannot be dealing with a criminal government and be scary. That's it. They are scary set of people.
I agree that they are not brave enough, because if you want to be an opposition, you should,
even the political leader I support is a scary person.
Padole, if you want to be president, you must get ready to go to jail.
That's what I'm saying.
If you want to be president and you won't go to jail, then you must move from the politics business. If you want to be a politician, you're afraid to go to jail, you must leave politics.
Yeah, I agree 100%. If you want to be an opposition, you want to be a political figure, you have to be ready to go to jail. You have to be ready to be beaten on the street by the law enforcer.
No, but the thing is,
it happened. But
here's the situation. We're not in 1980 where we have military rule. We're practicing something in Liberia where we ourselves don't understand. We call it democracy. We think we have a democracy. We don't understand it. We think we get freedom of speech. We don't have it, but we pretend. So in that pretend, This is where you use it because what happened? If Joseph Newman Barker built $10 million house in Foya. According to Yeke Koluba, he sold the land in Foya. Those are, in a way, by selling the land, according to the lawmaker Yeke Koluba, Joseph Barker, that means he cannot lead Liberia because he took an oath to protect and defend the country. If he sell the land, according to Yeke Koluba, then the lawmakers now today, the useless lawmaker we have in Liberia, they cannot call him to a book to question him or for somebody to take the lead, say, based on the situation in Lofa County that you cannot protect Liberia, there must be an impeachment bill. They don't have the ball. So
exactly.
Where is the opposition? The opposition is as useless as it. This is where they're supposed to take a stand.
Opposition lawmaker, no, but by the way, the opposition lawmakers, okay?
Where are they?
The opposition lawmakers in the legislature are more than the Unity Party lawmakers.
Yeah. And they are
more than the
useless.
Unity Party lawmakers, and they are all useless.
Yeah, but Mike,
people.
Mike, I want you guys then to understand that the Liberian government being run in this footing from time to time that some are all being around politics.
Padole, you know one thing. Let me tell you this.
The executive always has superior power over all the two branches.
But then we're not practicing democracy. So when the nonsense democracy
no,
practicing there?
The executive doesn't have power over the first branch of government.
Absolutely.
They are just manager, but they don't have power over the first branch of government.
Power over there. Start from Samuel Kanya do.
That veto is given to you by for a certain time limit.
Constitutionally,
that veto is given. But Padole, it's not just Liberia. The veto is given to you.
Yeah.
For
if you're the president, I don't want you to get in a house of Senate or Parliament. A representative. Do a move from there like what happened to Yeke Koluba?
So you
agree with me now? We don't have democracy in Liberia, right?
That's not democracy.
But we have the shadow democracy, but we don't have it.
We don't have democracy because if you see that, what they say check and balance, that if the president goes, he does something wrong, the first branch have the right to question him.
You don't do it in Liberia.
But so we don't have a democracy. That means what we're saying that we don't have democracy in Liberia, we shouldn't have the useless lawmakers. So then, give them to the president. He run it the way he wants it.
I 100% agree with you. The three branches all fall directly under the executive. Whatever the president do, that's it.
No, they don't fall under the executive. They don't. According to the constitution, there are three separate branches, but we don't have it.
Yeah,
they don't fall under
I agree. But what can we do to eradicate such a nonsense that's going on in that country? We need to have a disastrous lawmaker. Even the job we are talking about right now.
So CDC have a lot of CDC and independent lawmakers are in the holiday mode. What happened to CDC lawmakers?
Exactly.
You see the useless thing we're talking about, how useless they are.
Mike, here's the situation. You saw even the man who is the head of the CDC, he's another coward. You understand what I'm saying? The man who is the head of the CDC is another coward. You understand? So we all see what is happening in that country.
I don't know what happened, but during the Ellen time, the CDC of the Ellen time is not the CDC that we're seeing today. And one of the reasons to that is that a lot of CDCN stay angry with the way the WIA administration went about things. It was only about WIA and his inner circle. So it made a lot of CDCN to be angry with him, but they are still yet loyal to the institution, and many of them stay yet love George Weah. So that's the reason why you can't just play with George Weah. But I just wanted to say this before Brother Paul come in. You see, all the institutions, if you ask what their party stand for, they can tell you what the party stand for. If the party is the right or the left or the center or the, how they call it, say, environmental, or they are environmentalists, they can tell you. So
Look,
what do they
guys,
stand for? Yeah?
Mark,
People in
Yeah.
liberal politics.
we had a program here. We had a program here on this show discussing Liberia on the country, the Liberia and Nepal, the two countries with the lowest IQ in the world. And people on the show, Liberians, are saying, no, that information not true. It's not this. But since then, what have been happening just show that these people, their research they carry on was right.
Well, obviously, yes.
They were right because our behavior, the way we process things. Now, why am I saying this? Somebody, Eddie told us that corruption was, she took responsibility. Joseph Barker told us that they squander. You see the where I come from. And because in Liberia, home and abroad, we say we get PhD, we say we get master degree, but we don't process things. How come this guy, Eddie, said they squander the resources of Liberia? And we say came back and say, oh, because he self-honor early, he get experience, let put him there. Any sound person will think that way. So it just tell you the country called Liberia is a really fiasco country with people with they get heads that it's not even no brains.
There's one great writer they call Martin Buber, right? He's a Jewish guy. He said when things are going on in the country and you find there are people they call educated but stupid. Yeah, and those can see educated but stupid. They can see things wrong in the country, but they favor them, okay, because of one or two interests. But at the end of the day, when the damage comes, then they start to wonder as to how they got there. When the minority were pointing finger and telling them that this thing was wrong, but because they were in the majority and enjoying the fruit of whatsoever evil that was unfolding, so they were blindfolded. So these kind of people, they can always be in the society everywhere you go. Yeah, they call them educated stupid people.
Educated fool. Listen, Mike.
They see it wrong. They see the wrong. I come in part They see the wrong. Okay, they see the wrong. They see what is affecting the country. Like for example, the drugs on it. It started with a push from the push to the drugs, but because they support an institution, so they see nothing wrong when it comes to the drugs issue. And you got people contaminating their society. They see nothing wrong with the drugs issue. So at the end of the day, when they have destroyed the whole society, when we lost the country to the cartel, then they start to wonder. It's just a matter of time before the cartel take over the country.
So I want us close on something. I want to say something here.
I just want to end this so you can close your arm, please. Paul,
I'm coming. Well, you and I are talking about this thing about people, the way I've brought it up about the way we process things. If you take Abraham Traore picture to Liberia,
oh yeah,
all of them will say we like the way the young man is ruling. But when it comes to the old man who they elected, he's doing bad, they will back him for his wrongdoing.
Yeah.
So what kind of people are we? This is how I see. What kind of people are we? You see a 35-year-old young man doing extremely well. You get a 90-year-old man that performing, that breaking the laws, but because you support him, you cannot say that, oh, what the old man's doing is wrong, but you support him 100%.
You know,
And then when the world tell us that Liberia is the second country, second in the world with a lower IQ, then we say no, they cannot tell us. But this is the truth. So
there's a video Nigerian comedian made, right? He said Liberia did not import, how they call it, nurses. Liberia did not import doctors. Liberia did not import, how they call it, CPA, but they import what you call deportees, criminals.
Yeah. Yeah, but
you have not seen that video, Paul?
Yeah, I have seen it, Matt. I have seen it. You know what we're suffering for right now in democracies? One of the disadvantages in democracy is this that we're suffering from right now. One, there's a lot of stupid people in the country. There's the sensitive people and minorities in the country. The democracies will make the sensitive people to suffer for the doing of the stupid people. That's what's happening to our country right now.
I disagree with you, Padole.
Huh?
I disagree with you.
What
the PhD holder in Liberia, they are the most stupid people than the Zocos. You know that?
You see that you are looking at the incapacitated people to be the stupid people. No. Stupidity does not go by poor man or rich man. He go by the way he think, the way he see things.
This is what I'm telling you now. The people who gone to the highest level, that's supposed to have processing, but the most stupid and the people who don't even get anything.
In the politics and different sector are stupid. The majority of the people in a different sector of our country are really, really silly. You will not know until you sit down one place. Let's go into conversation. Let me see. Put a man on the platform, tell him, okay, could you please tell me what's the best thing that we can do to take the country from XYZ? Then you got to know that the kind of mentality. Somebody call you said a high school grad, a master degree holder or PhD and whatever. Does it mean that he's a clever person?
No.
Education is be a sensitive person. That's
why when people go to university, they call it university of life, where you meet brains, you open your horizon. If you want to know how stupid we are in Liberia, watch School Network tonight.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Just watch School Network. You will see the stupidity in us. I'm not excluding myself. Just watch School Network. They don't mean well for the country. How on earth? These are people that support. Now, guess what? They supported another criminal called Jeremiah Kuhn. Are we serious people? But I want us to end the show on something that caught my attention. Gregory Coleman. Gregory Coleman is the one that he's young. Oh, my device. Gregory Coleman is young. And the role Gregory Coleman is playing today, that he become the spokesperson, the user for the government. You see, the removal of Yeka Koruba, they made Gregory Coleman to write the legislature.
Mm-hmm.
All the things that happening, the burning of Capitol building to get Fanatic Kofa, who are in the center, Gregory Coleman. This guy is a young guy.
He's the Genghis Khan for the Joseph.
That's why I want us to address the thing. Has a young man ever heard of Genghis Khan?
He did.
If he heard of Genghis Khan, he should be very mindful, because for him, the role he's playing, power can be sweet. He joined it. But how long? The very person that pushing you, because they say in Liberia, the guy worked at the will of pleasure of the president.
Yeah.
When he kick in the curve, what will become of him? Is he not thinking? I just want y'all to give your 2 cents
Yeah,
on this.
you
I just look at the young man and
yeah,
his behavior.
yeah, uh,
He need to
yeah,
be mindful.
Let Padole go.
yeah. Let me come in. Gerald Kumar he know what he's doing, and he's not stupid to himself, but relatively he will bear the consequences in the future. That is a fact. You see, Labrador is a place where you can do all your foolishness. We have seen so many people come up with this kind of mentalities. We saw how they ended. So in Samuel Doe administration, we saw why Jingin did. I work on Jingin administration. I was at the Ministry of Justice for 7 years. We were working on him there. He was one of the powerful justice ministers.
Jigging
Jingin
Kobejeska.
I mean, Jingin Zebiska. The Zev is a Zoba.
Kobeje.
Yeah, is a Zoba. That's the name of it. He was so powerful to himself and powerful. He was doing everything Samuel Doe wanted him to do. Most of the things that he was doing, it was orchestrated by
He became power drunk at last.
yeah. So he was doing it by the way of the president. The president was telling him to do all the dirty work. How he ended right now? He ended in a dumper. So Gregor Kumar right now, he think that people are not seeing what all he doing, and people are seeing everything he doing. So at the end of the day, the power now going to stay there for good. He, when this power is no longer to be, he will be arrested. But any good government that come in to prosecute him for what all he did. So even he go to America, we can still get him from there to bring him over. So basically, Gregor Kumar's situation is not worrying me. But the old man who already is on his way to whatever place that all are going to go tomorrow, trying to spoil the country in our hand, that's my worry. Because he's seeing the way things are going, and he's sessioning every damn thing that going on. Quite recently, he even comment Gary Kumar what he doing to the people. He said it.
But eventually you can pawn la bro, but you can sell la bro. Just imagine a whole president saying something stupid like that.
Yeah.
Okay? A whole president saying such a stupid thing. You can pawn la bro, but you can sell la bro.
Yeah. Could you imagine that?
How many times the opposition will sit there, the men will call you people dog and talk about you can pawn the country and you can sell the country, and your opposition, you can react to it. He had done greater things like that. And coming to the story of Gregory Como, I know Pat Dolly have finished.
Yeah, I would say this. Queen Ben that Gero Kuma know what he's doing. He's trying to accumulate some of the will of himself because when this government is nowhere to be, he got no place in Labrador society. So, but nevertheless, that if you think that he will go home and sleep sound, it will not happen because he has done a lot of damage to the Labrador people. You will be called upon to give account.
Paul,
Yeah.
These are some of the reasons that, I mean, Liberia, I see Liberia like let's stay yet a war zone territory for me. Because Liberia is not even say, before you put those days, right? Before you put the white clothes, after you wash them, right? Then you want to put it in a to-do for it to turn new. You put the water, then you put the chlorine, then you put the blue, right? Then you stir the water up, then before you put the white cloth inside. Liberia ain't ready yet because the only way you will know that Liberia is ready when you get a good government. The first thing a good government will start with, that government catalog has collated every crime that was committed in our country since the first government, elected government after the war. The Taylor government coming to the early administration. You collate every crime that was committed in that country. When it comes to people disappearing, when it comes to corruption, when it comes to drugs. If you set up a special counsel, you bring international forensic expert in our country, you bring international CPA or auditor in our country, you build new prison. If you get a ship, that don't mean you are watching the Stallone movie Escape, right? You get a prison, no matter if you cannot build a new prison on land, you don't have the money. They get a lot of old ships that can sit in the middle of the ocean somewhere in the world that they know where they are. It's a prison that for you to put people in it. That would be a serious government. But besides that, any government that kind of power, one thing that is in Liberia, let me tell you one dangerous thing that is in Liberia today, for which a lot of people, they can rape people's children, they can steal, and they go free. You know what's that? That's the group they call the UBF group. They are the most dangerous group in our country that is spoiling our country. And a serious president come to power, you ban our group in Liberia, you dissolve that group. Because they believe being part of
that's not going to happen, Mark, unless we have a military government. That's the only way.
No, but somebody was not a president. No, but wait, I come in, brother.
If you have lawmakers, if you have politicians, opposition who are scary, then you're not going to get that, my brother.
Yeah, Paul. If you got a president who is not part of that nonsense, he can ban our group. Executive order, he can ban our group. And nobody will say, "Fui." The first thing you do, you increase your security apparatus in the country. Nobody say, "Fui" in our country. Because our country need a thorough cleaning. Because these guys, they believe
not going to happen on democracy in Liberia. You wouldn't need a military government to do that.
These guys, they believe being part of that's a nonsense, brother Paul.
The military government can take over for 5 years and clean up the country, provided the kind of military government.
You know me very well, okay? You know me very well. And I've been investigating as to why people can commit some crime in the country for which they're supposed to go to X amount of years in prison, right? But all of a sudden, the person get vanished. All of a sudden, the person on the street walking. That because of that particular group. Okay, that's because of that particular group.
What you're saying, but I say you're not finding in any of our leaders. Even Joseph Barker moved, the other person that can't be the same old thing because what the advisor may be part of that group. You tell me a military group that will overhaul the whole thing, that you not even have lawmakers, you suspend everything. We say democracy. We know when democracy that you get 173 lawmakers just stealing your money. They cannot take any decision that is going wrong, and they ride big cars. Then we say, oh, we get 3 branches of government check and balance. We all know there's no check and balance. That the president say, oh, today I don't want to see Darren Dillon's face. They'll go and remove him. Nobody will say anything. What kind of democracy is that? We don't have democracy. Let's be honest. We have a dictatorship.
I mean,
and
if they get evidence on Joel, I would be happy. But if they don't have evidence on her, and they want to confuse the Liberian people from the drug something and from the 1,200 deportees are sent in the country, and they use her as scapegoat. The people should be very, very upset, and the Liberian people should be. The Liberian people say
they're not going to be upset, Mark. They're not going to be upset.
The Liberian people say I expected them to be on the street when it comes to the deportees issue. Because how in the world that all of a sudden you got people coming in the country and the Liberian people know nothing about it?
Brother Mark, you hope the country called Liberia. We don't process. We only follow. Yeah. The fact is that Joseph Barker King say, Donald Trump say, oh, the man can speak good English. And our long-term partners, they come and
he
give
want to
us
find
deportees, and then everybody,
he
America come
doesn't
and give
know
us
that he
deportees.
doesn't know that
You see how stupid we are?
America doesn't have you are not America partner. You are just a useful.
But I want to tell you, you see how stupid
to
we
America.
are?
When America
This is the
finishes with you,
stupidity in
America find
us.
no interest in you, they dump you.
Yeah.
You are just a useful
America,
flow
they
red.
don't protect their interests. They don't protect no outsider interest. Their
You
interest.
think Donald Trump give a rat about you?
Now, if somebody sending deportees in your country, you're supposed to do your check. Whether they got a child molester, these are all things that America kept them in jail for what? Why they kept them in jail?
Brother Paul, let me ask you something. Let me just ask you this, I think it's a metaphor question. For example, you and your children, and your wife, your children, you got your 4 children in your house. You're taking care of them. Well, let's say you're not taking care of them. Then I got this criminal in my place. Then I said, Paul, man, the criminal here, I want to send the criminal to you. You got your girls children in the house with your boys children there. But Paul, my man, I want to send the criminal here to you. Paul, tell me, they are here. It's normal? Then you say, yeah. Oh, my man, yeah, send the criminal then to me. Are you okay?
Yeah, but Mike,
you just validated what they're saying. That's what I'm saying.
We have
you the father of the country.
This is the problem we have for the country today.
I've been seeing
you
this.
You are the father of the country. Are you okay?
Yeah. Joseph Newman Barker have 46-year experience.
When you got your own children struggling for drugs in the country?
Yeah. Yes.
I don't think he is so now.
You see, this is what I've been saying. We don't know these people, but because of chicken change, yes, our long-term slave master said it all. We don't think this is just bad. I'm sorry, but we are just stupid kind of people. We Liberians, we
but when the country burned and Robert and started to do it in the country, then before some people that thought nonsense sometimes, the country moving for nothing wrong. Then before they come to the
look, as long as we have the trouble biggest in Liberia, that because they met my kinsman or she my kinswoman, they will.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons, I don't
that's
pity
the problem
Yeke.
we have. So
that's one of the reasons I don't pity Yeke. When Yeke left the ANC very early, Yeke is one of the person who brought the weakness to the CPP when he left very early to go and support Bwaka. Okay, had he done that, had he done that, doing this run off to say, okay, the CPP was defeated. You understand? And then he said, okay, now the CPP is defeated. It's between the Unity Party and the George Weah. And because the Weah administration, the way they try to prosecute Mr. Cummings, I come from the ANC, so for that reason, I'm making a decision. People will reason with him. But in the process, in the running process, you left Mr. Cummings to say, that's what the Liberian people wanted. Liberian people by that time are not decided yet. But you did it based on the tribalism. I enjoy the way how the Bwaka people treat you.
But that gentleman
they running around now like a mad dog.
He's inconsistent. What? He's an inconsistent guy. So I don't see why people concentrating on him. He's just a kind of somebody who is very much inconsistent. So whatever I can see that he's doing could be true is to my view.
He got good intention.
He got good intention. He's not that corrupt compared to the other people and things that I agree with him. But it's not a stable human being. To be realistic, he's not stable.
Okay. It's not a stable human being. Guys, that comes to the conclusion of this show. You give your two minutes each to summarize on what is happening in Liberia. Where is Liberia heading? Because this situation, they have embarrassed Joel Howard Taylor, and they score a big political point because I'm not saying it's a drug thing until they have proved it, until she found guilty. As though I'm concerned, she's still innocent. She wouldn't be charged. So, Mark, talk to me. Give your 2 cents. What you see, how the country going? What on earth we head into?
This country is heading toward disaster. Little by little, I can tell you, it's heading toward disaster. And I'm saying this today. Today is the 25th. It's about what's the time to me? 10:46 my time. The 2029 election is gonna be bloodbath. Mark my word. The 2029 election is gonna be bloodbath. People will die during the 2029 election. Lot of people gonna die during the 2029 election. Except Liberian people start to do the right thing before the 2029 election, except the opposition start to do the right thing before the 2029 election. If the opposition don't put their foot down or their feet down, the Unity Party will scare them, and then approaching the 2029 before they want to come from in their shell, by that time it's late, and there where the bloodbath going to be, and there were a lot of people going to die. Mark my word. So this old man who is in power, he's very divisive. I mean, I don't know how to describe the old man. He's not someone who is a leader to unify a country. No. The statement from him is very reckless, careless statement. He doesn't talk like an elderly state man. He used some words on his own people that you don't expect from a leader. So, I mean, the country is, look at the problem we got on here, man. Liberia today, Liberia came to a laughing, I mean, I don't know what to call it. In West Africa, the country that I used to lead before, you attend to a laughing stock, Brother Paul. So I don't know where the country is going actually. It tends from one thing to another.
Yes.
Where the country going? You just came from Liberia. You are enjoying the cassava leaf. You are enjoying the palm butter, the pepper soup. Where the country heading?
Yeah, my observation on the country was this thing here. What I did observe, the short period of time that I spent in Monrovia and his surrounding, was there's no direction. That's my observation. People should have one direction about the country right now. What will happen tomorrow, I don't know. But today, from the time that I was there up to the time I leave, I couldn't see anybody have a sound, sober, one single direction that actually people are focusing on. And one of the observations I have, the average citizens of the country, we call it the civilian, the ordinary people that now in government, they don't have money, they don't want to hear what they call rule of law, they don't want to follow the system. They hate the system. That's one of the observations I have. The people in the power also don't want to hear about something we call system. They don't want to follow rule of law. The rich people that are making money out of people's share and things then also don't want to hear what they call rule of law. They don't want to
about the system. You get the Indian, you get the Ghanaian.
So the Indian, even the average Liberian that are there, they don't want to hear about system. So basically, so my fear is, where are we going? What's the direction? How somebody will come to, when God will bring somebody to put the actual sense into the people's brain, to take one sober and sound direction, to bring back rule and regulations in our country, law and order.
Look, Brother Paul, Papa, let me interrupt you a little bit. Brother Paul, give me 5 seconds. A little girl did a video one time. I watched the video. A Lebanese man come to Liberia, right? Or an Indian man come to Liberia. He leaves a place and he go and build something on that place. A store that's supposed to be rented out, business that Liberian Post will be doing. The Lebanese man or the Indian man, he built this building. Then they stole. They stole, and Liberian go to rent that store. That's supposed to cost maybe $300-400 a month. The man charged a Liberian $2,500 US a month. And the reason for that, when the little girl explained, is that he's keeping that store for another arrival. That's the reason your price is different from the Lebanese man or the Indian man that will come to take that store. He doesn't want you in our store. The little girl did that video. I felt very sorry for Liberia.
No, but that's a bigger problem like we have.
All
We
right.
don't
We
want
gotta close.
to
We gotta close the show, guys. We
Yeah,
gotta
we-
close.
Yeah.
We gotta close. Look, let me give my 1 cent on the whole thing. Liberia is in a terrible state. They will not recover anytime soon.
There you go.
And Liberia will not recover
I
anytime soon.
100% agree with you. One of me, I'm in my retirement age, so
So
I don't think I will see.
You can go live Thailand, Padole.
the country, people can pray. From now, the country will not recover anytime soon. And it just showed that,
My man, be praying, be waiting for God to carry you heaven while other people building the country.
yeah, and that's what they say. So yeah, then continue praying. And we stay on inside. And the way we stay on inside, I don't think our brains will open to anytime soon. And why am I saying this? If you want to know the bulk of the stupidity of us Liberia, go America. And they all have influence over the people in Liberia.
Yeah.
So we're not going anywhere.
The chain around your neck and the way it coming from.
Yeah. So we stuck. And until by God's waiting, that
Even in
when
Europe-
somebody
even in
pray,
Europe, yes.
say,
Some
oh,
of them
God
in
gave
Europe,
for
yes.
Abraham to array that kind of person, that the only way. But I cannot see it happening now. If I'm going to say this with my heart, that I could see the opposition doing something, I will feel a little bit relaxed. But the opposition scared.
You be praising other African country then that is beautiful.
The lawmaker who opposition, they scared. So,
Country, you
guys,
can point it out.
this
Yeah,
is
my
why
brother
it
Paul.
is.
Padole.
Yeah.
Yeah, and to the few followers that were watching the show, I want to say good night from my end.
Thank you very much.
And
We shall meet
I
Friday.
agree. And to those that follow us today, we want to say have a pleasant good night. We just want to conclude to say we're back here on Friday
Yeah.
with the full team. Everybody is back. Francis Mensah and Linford will be joining us also on Friday to have a conversation. But it's just a sad time in Liberia that we need to embrace ourselves. We want the country to be good, but if you're fighting something, fight it with honesty. You cannot start fighting something that no conclusion, then you jump to something
Yeah. That's the
4 years
mentality.
ago to divert your own
That's the
people.
mentality of our people.
And so I will conclude
Stability.
the last that United Party people are lying, say they have CIA, FBI, all of it is all
A lie.
lies.
The lie.
If
Those
the
are
people are on the
lies.
ground, why
Lie.
is it Gregory Coleman stay on his job? And
Yeah.
he then
Why is it
implicated.
a Boycott son state
It's a
to
Black son have not
us?
been
A lie.
investigated.
Those are all
the one
lies.
the lies they carry away. Go watch Spoon Network and see the stupidity of Liberian. You hear it. Oh, these are people that brought FBI, all those lies. They all liars. So,
But you know, one person I'm disappointed with that network I can listen to once in a while, that this boy they call Phoebe Hendren. I didn't know that her daughter fellow was. And they say her father was a speaker before. I don't
No,
know.
it's not his
grandfather.
father, his granddad.
His
But
grandfather.
then his grandfather. But
What is
then
the
he
name of his
also
grandfather?
he have a Loma blood in him.
Grandfather was this old man here. They used to call
Richard
him
Henry, that Richard
Richard
Henry
Henry.
grandson.
Richard Henry grandson?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Real true Richard Henry?
My
Yeah,
man,
yeah.
on that note, we see you on Friday. We can conclude
Friday
on that,
with-
guys.
No, I come and call you, man. True Richard Henry grandson?
Richard
Yeah.
Henry grandson.
Yeah.
But he got a Lothian.
I come and call you back
I
door,
think
man.
his dad, somebody is from Lofa County. His dad,
Okay.
the dad or the mom, one of them from Lofa County.
Okay.
So he's supporting his Lothian family.
Okay, now I see where you're coming from.
Yeah.
All right,
So
guys.
you know that they think if you come from Nima, you support Nima. You come from. So that's the whole thing about it. So it's crazy.
These were some of the people Mr. Cummings had around him. My man,
That's
I
a
see you,
long
man.
cooking, man. That's a long
Have a pleasant good night, guys. It was a great show. We're back here on Friday.
Yeah. See you guys. Paul?
Yep. Good night.